Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's cover the question. Here we have a system of two linear equations. In the given system of equations, A and B are positive constants. The system has no solution. If B is P% less than A, what is the value of P? Okay, when I consider the two linear equations in the given system, they are not in general form or slope intercept form or standard form. Whenever I want to solve this kind of problems, the given system of two linear equations must be in one of the three forms, general form or standard form or slope intercept form. Okay, here what I'm going to do is in my first step, I'm going to write both the equations in standard form. That is ax positive by equals to c. That is we have x term and y term on the one side of the equation and the constant on the other side of the equation. Okay, now let me write the first equation in standard form. Let me take the first equation as it is. It is 3a over 8 times x equals to 3 over 2 positive 15 over 8 times y. Okay, first let's get rid of the denominators we have over here. We have denominators 8, 2 and 8. The least common multiple for the three denominators 8, 2 and 8 is 8. Let's multiply both sides of this equation by 8 to get rid of all the denominators. Okay, let me do it. Let me multiply the left side by 8 and now let me multiply the right side by 8. Okay, here this 8 will cancel, then I'm getting 3ax. Here we can distribute this 8 to this 3 over 2. And also this 15 over 8 times y, then I'm getting 8 times 3 over 2 positive 8 times 15 over 8 times y. Here this 8 will cancel out. 2 goes into 2 one times and 2 goes into 8 4 times. Then I'm getting 3ax equals to 4 times 3 is 12 positive 15y. Okay, now let me subtract 15y from both sides of this equation. When I do so, this positive 15y, negative 15y will cancel out. Then I'm getting 3ax and negative 15y equals to 12. When I consider the terms of this equation, everything is a multiple of 3. So what we can do is that we can divide each term of this equation by 3 to simplify further. Okay, now let me do it over here. Let me divide the first term 3ax by 3. Then the second term negative 15y by 3. On the right side 12 by 3. Okay, here this 3 will cancel out. I'm getting ax and negative. When I divide 15 by 3, I'm getting 5. That is 5y. On the right side, when I divide 12 by 3, I'm getting 4. Okay, here I got the first equation in standard form. Okay, now let's get the second equation in standard form. Let me write the second equation as it is. That is 18 over 7 times y negative 4 equals to 4b over 7 times x negative 9. Okay, here we find the constants on both sides of the equation, negative 4 and negative 9. To get the constant on the left side, let me add 4 to both sides of this equation. When I do so, here negative 4, positive 4 will cancel out. I'm getting 18 over 7 times y equals to 4b over 7 times x. When I combine negative 9 and positive 4, I'm getting negative 5. Here we find 7 as denominator on both sides of this equation. To get the denominators on both sides, we can multiply both sides of this equation by 7. Okay, let me do it. Okay, on the left side, this 7 will cancel out. I'm getting 18y equals to, we can distribute this 7 to this one and this one. Then I'm getting 7 times of 4b over 7 times x. 7 times a negative 5 is a negative 35. Here this 7 will cancel out. Okay, let me continue over here. We get 18y equals to 4bx negative 35. Now, let me subtract 4bx from both sides of the equation. Let me do it. Then this positive 4bx, negative 4bx will cancel out. I am getting negative 4bx or positive 18y on the left side. On the right side, we have negative 35. Okay, here I got the second equation in standard form. Okay, now we got both the given equations in standard form. Okay, now let me erase this stuff and continue the problem. Now, let me consider a system of two linear equations in standard form. That is a1x positive b1y equals to c1. The other equation is a2x positive b2y equals to c2. Now, let me get the ratio of the coefficients of x. Then I'm getting a1 over a2. And the ratio of the coefficients of y, that is b1 over b2. And the ratio of the constant terms c1 over c2. Okay, if this system of two linear equations in standard form has no solution, then the ratio of the coefficients of x and the ratio of the coefficients of y must be equal. And these two ratios will not be equal to the ratio of the constant terms. Always you have to remember this stuff when a system of two linear equations in standard form has no solution. So the same logic we can apply for the given system of two linear equations that we have already got it in standard form. Okay, let me get the ratio of the coefficients of x, that is a over negative 4b. and the ratio of the coefficients of y, that is negative 5 over positive 18. The ratio of the constant terms of 4 over negative 35. According to the discussion we have done over here, the ratio of the coefficients of x, the ratio of the coefficients of y must be equal, and these two ratios will not be equal to the ratio of the constant terms. Since these two quantities are equal, we can consider the equation over here. Now we can use cross multiplication to simplify this equation. That is, we have to multiply the numerator on the left side by the denominator on the right side. A times 18 is 18a. Now we have to multiply the numerator on the right side by the denominator on the left side. Negative 5 times negative 4b is 20b. Now let's solve for b in this equation. We have to divide both sides of this equation by 20. When I do so, this 20 will cancel out. When I divide this 18 by 20, I am getting 0.9. That is 0.9 times a equals to b. Okay, here I got the value of b in terms of a. Now, let me consider the other information we have in the question. That is, b is a p percentage less than a. Now, we can write this stuff as an equation. That is, b equals to p percent less than. Since p percent less than a, we have to subtract this p from 100. That is 100 negative p percentage times this quantity a. So here I have written this statement as an equation. Now for this b, we can plug in this 0.9a. Let me plug in 0.9 times a equals to 100 negative p percentage times a. Now let me divide both sides of this equation by a. Let me do it. Then this a will cancel out. Here a will cancel out. I'm getting 0.9 equals to 100 negative p percentage. Okay, now on the right side, we can write this percentage as a fraction. Then I'm getting 100 negative p over 100. Okay, let me continue over here. 0.9 equals to, here 100 is a common denominator for 100 and negative p. Now we can take this 100 as denominator for this 100 and negative p separately. Then I'm getting 100 divided by 100 negative p over 100. Okay, 0.9 equals to, when I simplify this one, 100 over 100 is just 1 negative p over 100. Okay, now let me subtract 1 from both sides of this equation. This 1, negative 1 will cancel out. When I simplify this positive 0.9 and negative 1, I am getting negative 0.1 equals to negative p over 100. Okay, now let me multiply both sides of this equation by 100. Okay, here this 100 will cancel out. On the left side, when I multiply this negative 0.1 by 100, I'm getting negative 10. On the right side, we have negative p. Our aim is to get the value of p. So here we have negative p. To get out this negative sign, we can multiply both sides of this equation by negative 1. When I multiply negative 10 by negative 1, I'm getting 10. When I multiply this negative p by negative 1, I'm getting p. Okay, here I got the value of p. Its value is 10.